Good morning, students. Today we will be discussing a very important component of staffing, that is selection. Selection, as you know, it is the process of identifying and choosing the best person out of a number of prospective candidates for a job. In recruitment, as you know, we attract as many applicants as possible, and we try to select only a few out of those recruited candidates. We are not going to select all of them. We have to select only few candidates out of those prospective or recruited candidates. We filter out the candidates in different stages of the selection process so that we are left with the most eligible candidates. You can see in recruitment a large number of applications are there, while in selection we select only a few out of them. Fine. Now we'll see the selection process. Selection has a long process. It is done very rigorously. Many steps are there. I am discussing with you only a standard selection process. Fine. It may vary from organization to organization depending upon the requirements and size. Okay, but keep one thing in mind: selection process is applicable only for those candidates who are taken from external sources. It is not applicable to internal sources of recruitment because they have already undergone this process. They are already working in an organization, means they have already gone through this process in their initial selection. Right? The first step of selection process is preliminary screening. We try to screen out the ineligible candidates through this step, through an informal interview. Now the remaining candidates, they are asked to appear in different selection tests conducted by the organization. Those who clear the selection test, they have to appear in employment interview. Okay, if they succeed in that also, we ask them to give their name of their references, and we cross check the information given by them in their application form from the references provided by them. After that, if the references give you positive feedback, after that selection decision is taken whether to hire the candidate or not. If the selection decision is positive, then we ask them to go for medical examination. The purpose is that we have healthy and fit candidates for the job. If the medical report is okay, candidate is given a job offer. He has to accept the job offer. In case he accepts the job offer, a contract of employment is signed between employer and the prospective candidate. We will be discussing all these steps one by one. The very first step is preliminary screening. On the basis of this preliminary screening of application form, of the resume given by the candidates, unqualified candidates, they are eliminated. Candidates, they are called for the first round of interview known as preliminary interview. Main purpose is to reject the unsuitable candidates. But what happens, sometimes vacancies are very limited and company has advertised in newspapers or through web publishing. Company receive a large number of applications. Thousands of applications are received, but company might not be in a position to conduct tests for all of them. So company will try to eliminate undesirable, ineligible candidates on the basis of their communication skill, their confidence level. Certain basic questions are asked. It is a sort of informal interview taken by representative of company. Generally, it is the personnel manager who conduct the interview. He tries to match job resume or his application form with the job requirements. On that basis, candidates are shortlisted. For example, there is a vacancy of counselor in organization. We need a counselor. We can check if the candidate has command over language, he doesn't stammer, he has fluency in language. Only that way he can counsel the employees. Fine. We will outrightly reject such candidates who do not have frequency in his language, who do not have fluency in language, who do not have command over the language. Fine. Next stage, once the preliminary screening is done, we ask the employees to appear in the selection test. Selection test or employment test, that they are a mechanism that attempts to measure certain characteristics of individuals. They give information about their aptitude, their interest, intelligence, personality, etc., something which cannot be known by the application forms. Different types of tests are conducted to check or to know different characteristics of the person. A person might have liking or fascination for a job, but he might not be possessing the required skills for that job. That means for making a career choice, an individual must see his interest as well as his skills, aptitude for job. Fine. That is why organization also conduct different tests to know the aptitude, interest, intelligence or personality of the person. Why conduct or different tests are conducted? Because one test is not complete in itself. Okay, different tests are intelligence test, aptitude test, personality test, trait test and interest test. Now the first test is intelligence test. It is one of the important psychological tests to measure the IQ level of individuals. It indicates a person's learning ability or the ability to make decisions. It measures the reasoning ability of person, how well a person can use the information and logic to answer the questions, to solve the problems. Fine, we check their IQ, that is ability to take decisions on the basis of available information and his own logic. Next test is aptitude test. It is conducted to determine the potential, the capability of an individual in learning new skills. It indicates the person's capacity to develop in future. It helps to know how he is going to perform in future in the organization. It measures high level of intellect, the promptness, the quickness to learn the things. That is checked through aptitude test. After that, there is personality test. Now, personality tests, they are conducted to measure the personal characteristics like values of the individual, their beliefs, attitude towards work, towards superiors, towards subordinates, towards fellow beings, emotional stability. We can check whether a person is emotionally balanced or not. Is he short-tempered or too sensitive? All these things can be covered through personality tests. Capacity to get along. Capacity to get along means ability to work with others in a team. Fine? His ability to work with others in a team. Whether he can listen to the suggestions given by other people. That can be checked through personality tests. Their maturity level. Although these tests are very difficult to design, but the main aim of such tests is to explore qualities of the personalities as a whole, so that we select a balanced person. The next test is trait test. What is this? It is basically conducted to determine the existing knowledge or skill of the person. The job for which he has applied would try to determine the ability, the expertise of person in that job. It measures the level of knowledge and proficiency in the area of profession or technical training. For example, I need a typist in my organization. Then through trait tests, I can check his ability or his speed to type, how fast he can type words in a minute. We can check his proficiency in speed of typing words in a minute. So trait tests help us to know the level of knowledge and proficiency for the job for which he has applied. Next test is interest test. It is conducted to determine a person's area of interest and the kind of jobs that will satisfy him. It basically aims to identify the areas in which candidate has special liking, fascination, more involvement. If you choose the profession that matches your interest, you will derive a lot more pleasure from your work. It will increase your job satisfaction. That's why interest test is conducted, so that we can give a job to the candidate that matches his interests also. After the selection test, if the candidates they have cleared all the selection tests, they are asked to appear in an employment interview. Now, what is employment interview? It is a formal, in-depth conversation between employer and employee. It is conducted to evaluate the suitability of the applicant for a particular job. The role of interviewer is to seek information, is to obtain information from the interviewee. And what is the role of interview here? He has to provide the information which is asked by the interviewer. A panel is there, they ask certain basic questions or from your experience or from your education. Interview also gives a chance to the interview to get information regarding salary, working conditions, posting, or any doubt he has in his mind. He can get it clarified in employment interview. Now, if the candidate gets okay from the employment interview, fine, we ask the candidate to give name of certain references. We cross check, we counter check the information provided by him in the application form through the references. A candidate is generally required to give names, addresses, and telephone numbers of references for the purpose of verifying information and getting additional information about him, to know about their honesty, to know about their previous employment records. We want to know, does he have any criminal background? Fine. The references can be of any person, like it can be previous employer, teacher, known persons, university professors, but it should not be a person who is in your blood relation. Why organizations go for references and background checks, beta? Basically, they want to protect the reputation of their organization and they want to get the most suitable candidate. Now, if we get positive feedback from references, we decide whether to select the candidate or not. Many candidates, they get screened out in tests, some in interview. Those who have cleared all the hurdles, we have to shortlist those candidates. Generally, the department in which that employee is to be placed, we involve those managers in making selection decision. Generally, what happens, beta? A weightage in marks is given. Some weightage is given to tests, some weightage is given to interviews. On the basis of that only, selection decision is taken. Okay, before making the final decision of selection, the views and opinions of the concerned manager. Concerned manager means the manager who is responsible for the performance of the new employee is definitely considered. Now, if the selection decision is positive, we have decided to select the candidate, we ask the candidate to go for medical examination. It has to be done from prescribed medical practitioner. Why it is done? To ensure that candidate is medically fit to join and continue the job. We want healthy and fit candidate who can justify our money spent on the selection test, interview, training, etc. Okay, if the candidate gets a fitness certificate from the medical examiner, we move to the next step. We give him a job offer. Job offer is generally made through a letter of appointment, and he means the candidate has to confirm his acceptance, whether he is willing to accept the job or not. This letter generally contains terms and conditions of employment, pay scale, and any other benefit which is associated with the job. Job offer normally contains a date by which the appointee must report on duty. A considerable period or time should be given to the candidate so that he can make necessary arrangements to move to his place of job, particularly in case he is an outstation candidate. Fine. After the job offer is accepted by the candidate, a contract of employment is signed between the employer and the employee. A written contract is made. Candidate is required to give certain vital information in a form which has to be duly authenticated and attested by him, and it will be kept in the official records of the organization for any future reference. The contract generally contains information regarding job title, like the designation of the person, whether he will be working at the managerial level, or as a departmental head or as a salesman or as a supervisor, it will give the job title of the person, designation, duties involved, responsibilities, the date on which he has joined the organization, pay, allowances, working hours, leave rules, etc. All these things are covered in the contract of employment. Once this contract is signed, selection is finally done. He can resume his job. So it will end the selection process. Hope you have understood the selection process.